Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Lost Age Love Havik. Welcome to this week's episode of Pieces of Me. Today is going to be a Ask Lay Q&A. I'm planning on doing one of these every month, so be sure if you have questions about the music I'm doing, about my life, whatever, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Okay, so got my phone right here with all this week's questions. My homie Charles Reed had a couple of questions. Question 1, what is your favorite collab to have worked on so far? My favorite collab that I've worked on to date has probably been Fight of My Life and Behind Closed Doors. It was one studio session. I had my homie War and Peace there, and I also had my homie Sin and Trait there. It was just a really fun session. I got footage from it. We had a blast in there. Sin came in, did his thing, and Trait came through and just murdered it. I remember Trait dropped this line. He said, "Bitch killing with a bottle of testosterone, you couldn't make a hormone." Everybody in the studio was like, what the fuck? There's things like that about sessions and collabs that I really like to be present for. I really like to just get in there with the artists I'm working with and just vibe, get to know people. So yeah, that had to be my favorite so far. Next question. Apart from artists that inspire you, who would you want to do collabs with? Lady Gaga, Eminem, Bone Thugs and Harmony. I would love to work with Jadena, Lana Del Rey, as much as I feel like he'd be on some bullshit sometimes. A Kanye collab would be kind of dope. Love to work with Hopsin, Tech Nine, just to name a few. Next question. What was your favorite album when you were a youngster? I was really into Michael Jackson when I was young. Michael Jackson, oldies. If I had to pick an album out of those, I'd say I really liked Dangerous by Michael Jackson. That's something I even came back to when I got into high school. Dangerous was just a dope album to me. I also really liked the Tattoo album. That was dope. I really loved Tattoo. Their music was just, I'm always kind of an oddball when it comes to music. I like anything that catches my ear. Sometimes it's whole albums, sometimes it's a track or two. Because of that, I really don't like purchasing an album unless I really like the artist, or I've heard at least 3 or 4 tracks off said project, which isn't hard considering mainstream radio. If I'm vibing with at least 2 to 3 of or all of the singles out for the project, I will, that's my criteria for actually going out and purchasing an album. No offense to any artists out there, and I can't blame someone for doing the same with my work. I just personally feel like if I'm only going to listen to 1 or 2 songs, it's kind of a waste of money. There, I said it. And frankly, with things like YouTube and Spotify and stuff like that, it's much more easier to get access to those singles, and hard to find tracks if you maybe don't like artists as a whole, but you like that one track that they were like featured on for like 2 seconds or whatever. Yeah, like shit like that is why it's really hard for me to like actually nail down and buy albums. Last question for this week. This question came from my homeboy Sin that I just mentioned. Shout out to my homie King Sin. Check him out. His shit is dope. SoSincere410.com. Got it in there somewhere up there. Anyway, he asked, what was your inspiration for the title Money, Sex, Music, Lies? Money, Sex, Music, Lies was kind of like a fragmented idea when it came to me. The song came to me first. And I felt like when I wrote the song, it kind of captured everything that I was feeling, all my frustration, all the madness going into my journey that I felt like my life was taking, and still struggling with pushing towards my goals with music. But as I've been working on this album and everything like that, it's definitely evolved, and I have a better sense of the idea than when I first came up with the song. When I wrote the song, Money, Sex, Music, Lies, as a track represents what I feel, what I perceive my relationship to the industry is, as comparative to a really toxic female. I wrote the track as if I'm just trying my damnedest to get this chick's attention, yet she only comes to me when she wants some money or whatever, and I'm like, nah, fuck that, but she knows I love her, so she uses that to her advantage to, get into my pockets. And I feel like that's the game that artists play with the industry. It's like, as artists, we love our craft, we love what we do, but the business side of it, unless you have a really strong team or you just know the business and you're just on your shit, the business side of this can actually literally kill your love for it, you know, like just passion wise. Like it's really draining to work on the business side of it and be 100% about the business and still have your heart in the music half of it, which is really what's going to carry you to the success, which is really, really fucked up. But that's just the nature of applying business to your passion. That said, as an album concept, Money, Sex, Music, Lies, to me, represents the common struggle that all artists share, well, or common struggles. You have money, which is basically money makes the world go round, and likewise for an artist such as myself, you have to invest into the craft. You know, you got to make sure you have the best or at least decent recording equipment, decent recording programs. After that, you know, you're recording good and everything like that. You got to make sure you're investing in music videos, promotion, photo shoots. That can mean going out and buying your own camera and just learning the tricks of the trade and doing it yourself, or, you know, having a friend and you just both go in on it or whatever. Or sometimes it means hiring a professional videographer depending on the project and your budget. Photography the same way, you know what I mean? And I wish I could say in my experience that the more money you spend, the better chance you have, but a lot of times it just literally depends on the move you make with said investment. But yeah, you know, it's just, there's a lot of ways that money influences the music making process as far as the business side of things, and that's something that all artists are going to come across, period. But yeah, that's the money part of it. Sex, it's like a vice grip, you know what I'm saying? Like, sex sells. Sex can be very pleasurable and very good in life, and it can also be very toxic, and it can fuck things up in a heartbeat. You have music, which is the passions, the love. It's ultimately what's going to carry you to what you want to do with the rest of your life. You know, it's that drop dead gorgeous female you want to wake up to every morning. It's the thing that you look forward to every day. It's just kind of your everything. Then lies, of course, dealing with this business, and particularly the entertainment industry and everything like that, you do come across a lot of shadiness. And just in life, you know, you deal with a lot of untruths, fibbing, dishonesty. You come to see the worst in people just, you know, by simple things such as not keeping it 100. Me personally, I've had some really fucked up experiences from lies. So that's where I got the concept for calling the album Money, Sex, Music, Lies. They're all things that have, you know, affected my personal journey in music or my personal journey in my life, and I wanted to basically craft a project that was a reflection of that. I also wanted to have something that was a legitimate follow-up from Dorian Gray. So that being said, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Charles, Sin, thanks for your questions. Make sure y'all subscribe, and if you're fucking with the video, click that like button, and be sure to sign up on the mailing list. ISeeYouLaters.com. It's right down there. Do it. All right, guys. Take care.
Make no mistake, it's my time.